Patch 7.3 just went live, and while it brings a few interesting changes like adjustments to equipping and unequipping times for the majority of weapons, the biggest headline is the nerf to the H Plus Infuser. The Infuser is the latest gadget to hit the light class in Season 7, and despite only being out for a couple of weeks, it has already created a lot of buzz. This gadget isn't your typical healing tool. It's an automatic healing pistol with a surprisingly fast rate of fire and an enormous burst output that can bring teammates back from the brink almost instantly. It originally delivered 20 health per shot over 20 rounds, allowing you to instantly top off teammates in mere seconds, but now that's changed. The Infuser has just been nerfed, and now each of the 20 rounds heals for 15 instead of 20. So that brings us to today's main topic. Is this nerf enough, or is the Infuser still going to dominate the support meta regardless? The Infuser is a fully automatic healing sidearm designed specifically for the light class. Unlike the classic healing beam used by mediums, this one is all about fast, short bursts of healing power. With each trigger pull, you're not just gently topping off an ally, you're dumping a huge amount of health in a short window. Even after the nerf, it's still capable of restoring 300 health over a full mag, which is still a massive amount given the speed at which it can be delivered. What makes the Infuser so unique is how it supports a light's playstyle. You're fast, mobile and evasive, everything the medium isn't. So instead of being locked into one spot holding down a beam on a tanky player, you can dart around the battlefield, heal quickly and reposition instantly. The synergy between its rapid healing and the light's agility means it fits into fast-paced engagements seamlessly. It lets you function as a combat medic that can actively participate in fights without having to babysit from the back line. Is the nerf enough? Now, this is the core of the discussion. The Infuser has taken a hit to its raw healing numbers, yes, but does it change how powerful it feels in actual gameplay? In many ways, not really. You still have 300 total healing available per mag, and that rate of fire hasn't changed. Light players can still fly into a fight, spray heals on their teammates, and vanish before the enemy can react. It's still one of the most reactive and aggressive support tools we've seen in the game. The reduction from 20 to 15 healing per round simply adds a little more time to fully top off allies. But it doesn't eliminate the pressure this gadget puts on opponents trying to confirm kills. If anything, it still feels frustrating to go for a down and then suddenly watch a light player whip out the Infuser and undo all your hard work in under a second. And while this nerf does lower the theoretical burst healing, it may not fully address the underlying issue: how oppressive this gadget can be when used by a coordinated team. When multiple lights use it together, you're looking at an even bigger wall of healing that feels incredibly difficult to push through. If Embark finds the nerf isn't enough, they have a few more levers to pull. They could lower the total magazine size, reduce the fire rate, or even introduce some kind of overheat mechanic to limit how long it can be used in one go. Another option could be reducing healing effectiveness at longer distances. Considering the absurd range this gadget has, this change would be forcing lights to close the gap to help allies, raising their risk level. Of course, the devs could take a more passive approach and allow the meta to settle before acting again. With the healing Amira introduced for heavies this season, there are now more healing tools in play than ever before, and the team may want to observe how those tools interact before pushing more changes. So, was this nerf to the Infuser enough? Time will tell. Right now, the numbers say it's weaker, but in practice, it still feels just as dominant. If you've been frustrated fighting against it, that might not change overnight. And at the very least, it shows that Embark is listening and willing to address balance concerns quickly. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Is the Infuser still too strong, or is this the first step towards a more balanced support meta? Either way, I'll be keeping an eye on further updates and reporting on any future changes. Thanks for watching, and that being said, see you next time.